Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to Elimu TV, the #1 station where you watch and learn. The #1 station where you do what? You watch and learn. Today I'll be taking you through Biology Form 3. I'll be taking you through Biology Form 3. Our topic today is growth and development. Our topic today is growth and development. Our subtopic is hypogeal germination. Our subtopic is hypogeal germination. This is lesson 33 and I'm your tutor, Madam Sandra Awino. Stay tuned. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to, number 1, define hypogeal germination. Number 1, define hypogeal germination. And number 2, explain how hypogeal germination takes place. Explain how hypogeal germination takes place. So hypogeal germination is the type of germination whereby the cotyledons remain below the ground. The cotyledons remain below the ground during germination. Are we together? And you can see in our diagram, we have our maize seed, we have our seed, and then the radicle grows first, and then you can see the epicotyle lengthens. The epicotyle does what? The epicotyle lengthens. The epicotyle is the region between the cotyledon and the plumule. The epicotyle is the region between the cotyledon and the plumule. So when the epicotyle lengthens, the cotyledon is left below the ground. The cotyledon is left below the ground. You can see we have the hypocotyl and the cotyledon. So in general, hypogeal germination is a type of germination whereby the cotyledons remains in the ground due to elongation of the epicotyle. Due to what? Elongation of epicotyle. Can you define hypogeal germination, students? Please define hypogeal germination. Good, you've gotten the answer. It's the type of germination whereby the cotyledon is left below the ground. The cotyledon is remains below the ground, and these are the differences between hypogeal and epigeal germination. The differences between hypogeal and epigeal germination. You can see from our diagram. In epigeal germination, you can see the cotyledons are pushed above the ground. The cotyledons are done what? Are pushed above the ground due to what? The lengthening of the hypocotyl. And in our hypogeal germination, you can see hypogeal germination represented by the maize seed. The cotyledons remain below the ground. You have to know better. The cotyledon remains where? Below the ground for hypogeal germination. So anytime you are told to differentiate between hypogeal and epigeal germination, you have to remember that in hypogeal germination, the cotyledons remains below the ground. During germination. But for epigeal germination, the cotyledons are pushed above the ground. I hope you've understood something, and I hope you've really enjoyed the lesson the way I've enjoyed teaching you people. So I have an assignment for you, and number 1, define hypogeal germination. Number 2, explain how hypogeal germination takes place. And number 3, differentiate between hypogeal and epigeal types of germination. types of germination. For reference, you can study Secondary Biology Student Book 3. For reference, you can study Secondary Biology Student Book 3. For this and more, dear, you can contact us. Our SMS number is 0723 144 259. Our SMS number is 0723 144 259. On YouTube, you can contact us on Elimu TV, on Facebook Elimu TV, and on Twitter at Elimu TV_Kenya. Remember, we are always here for you, operating 24 hours a day.